Okay, so we're going to have an interesting training today. Okay, this is not going to be your normal, I don't know, there's not even a name for it, really. Okay, it's just our own special creation based on the needs of the team. So, number one, we're going to be going over uh, some comp plan nitty gritty, like just things everybody needs to know when they start. Um, Ins and outs of how things work with the holding tank, different things like that. Okay. Then Byron is going to take it and he's going to talk about recruiting. And we're going to do some actual scripts and what are we saying to get people in front of this information before the month ends. Okay. Third thing we're going to do is we're going to go over some social media nitty gritty for those of you who maybe haven't built on social media to help you really get that into gear so that you can get some leads from your social media. Okay. Now, before I start all that, I'm going to just tell you about my morning yesterday. Okay. And I want you just to imagine how life could be when you build this. So I got up yesterday morning, had a plan. My daughter in law called me. Hey, do you think you would want to come up to Sacramento for a couple hours and join me for Squeaky's first visit to the zoo? Well, Squeaky's, if you guys followed, was in the ICU for 6 weeks. We didn't even know Squeaky's was going to make it in this world, and he is thriving. He is already 5 months old, which is crazy. And so, because I do Trenant and I don't have a 9 to 5, and I actually didn't have any appointments booked in those 2 hours, I was like, this is perfect. I'll have my conversations that I need to have on my hour and a half drive down there. I can have them on the flip side. I can still do all my Zooms. You guys, I jetted down there, had the greatest day, got on my Zoom after the zoo that I needed to do, and had another hour. And I was like, you know what? We're going to run over to Walmart. By the way, moms and grandmas, if you have not discovered jammies for babies at Walmart, you're really missing the boat. But anyway, Brooke and I did some serious damage within a half an hour. We went to the register and we had purchased about $180 worth of baby clothes for little squeakies. She had not discovered Walmart yet. I'm like, Brooke, girl, you got to shop at Walmart. What are you doing? So we had a ball, but I did that little checkout and she was like, oh my gosh, I'm just so grateful. Like, I'm so grateful that you bought him all this stuff. And I thought, you know what? The whole thing is I'm jaded. I have residual income. I know that 180 bucks is going to auto repopulate next month. It's going to auto repopulate. All you shoppers on the line, I want you to think about this when you're shopping on Amazon. What if you could just know my bank account is going to auto repopulate next month? Okay. So, what did I experience yesterday? Time and money and memories and experiences. And I looked back and I was like, I am super, super blessed. Super, super blessed. My day would not have looked like that if I would have had a 9 to 5. It wouldn't have looked like that. And I understand that day can look like that on a weekend for anybody. But to be able to do that on a weekday and just let her rip, amazing. And so the reason that we want to do this training for you, Byron and I, is because our dream is for you to have your dream. Whatever your dream is, every single one of you deserves your dream. But you're going to have to take this seriously. You get to take what you're doing seriously. Study your compensation plan. Know it inside and out. Okay? You are an independent associate. You are not a dependent associate. Until you move from dependent associate to independent associate, you're not going to have freedom. Do you understand the words I'm saying? If you, dependent and freedom, they don't exist together. That's not a thing. You've got to be independent. You have got to be the one that is motivating yourself to get in and study the things that you deserve to know in order to win at the highest level that you can win. And for some of you, I understand you're already maxed out on time. Darren and I were actually maxed out on time when we started in the industry. 4 kids, 4 sports teams, 4 schools, 2 businesses, church. I was running Awanas at our church when I started. You guys, I was maxed. So when I would learn my comp plan, you want to know when? Midnight to 2 a.m. That's when I was studying my comp plan, midnight to 2 a.m. because I was hungry. I was starving, literally starving to death for change. And this is why I say I can have the most talented person come to the plate in my team, but I always know the hungriest one's going to be the one that's going to win, because that's going to be the one that's going to be willing to actually do the nitty-gritty grind. It's the one that is the most desperate. And so I'm going to challenge you this week to go the absolute distance. Be a business owner. Be the CEO. Be the CEO of your team. If nobody else existed, nobody upline to you, could you make it happen? Okay. Those are the gaps that you get to fill in. So let's talk comp plan. Okay. And I'm not going to do a normal comp plan training. What I want to do with you is the comp plan, just the stuff that out the gate will set you up to be able to squeeze every little drip and dime of money out of this sucker that you can. Okay. So you're getting started. Can you guys see me big? Can you see my board, even with the shadows outside?
It's going to be on.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Oh, my word. I literally got a dead pen and I'm outside. You know what that means? That means I have to go inside to get a pen that's working. So, Byron, like I was prepared, you guys. I just didn't know the cap was on the back end of this sucker. So, Byron's going to come in and he's going to talk to you. Byron, you're going to do recruiting before I do comp plan. Yep. Because I got to go get a pen now. This is how we roll. I am your white fiance. Dude, can I just tell you how much I love having a partner that can just pick up where I leave off and do it better than I can? It is the greatest thing on the planet. Okay, listen, if you're logging on right now, we better introduce Byron, right? This gentleman I met 19 years ago when I actually got started in the industry. He is the legend, the man, okay? He has grown multiple teams of 1 million associates in his organization across 25 countries. Do you even understand? He has raised up multiple 7-figure-a-year earners, hundreds, if not thousands, probably thousands of 6-figure-a-year earners. He's just a living legend. We're just lucky that he's still living as the legend that he is. But understand that he worked under and trained with people, Les Brown, Jim Rohn, the inventors of the thought processes that have allowed every 7-figure earner in the industry to do what they've done truly, okay? He has been one of the greatest mentors I've ever had. And joined Trinant 3 months ago. He researched 200 different companies to decide what home he wanted. This is the home he chose. Do you hear what I'm saying, everybody? This is the home that the legend chose. It is time to get loud. It is time to talk. It is time to take this company to 1 billion and beyond. And so doing that means we get to change 1 billion lives. And you guys already know this, but it is my honor. It is my absolute privilege to have Mr. Dr. Byron Nelson come in and train not only his team, but the rest of my organization. I'm like, what even is happening? So, Dr. Byron Nelson, please do your magic.
All right.
I will be right back.
Introduction. And I'll be right back. I'm a 2-minute second break. How are you guys? It's just amazing. You know what? I love these conversations and these trainings more than any others because you guys make the time in the middle of a Saturday to get the information. And that just shows the people that are serious versus curious. Does that make sense? Are you guys with me on that so far? It's just that means you're committed to getting the information. I would.
Yes, we can hear you clearly, Mr. Byron Nelson.
Awesome. Trini, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we do.
No, I was talking to Trini.
Yeah. Oh.
Awesome. Okay. I want to make sure she can hear me. Okay. So first, Jennifer said all those great things about me. You guys know we could sit here for the next 2 days and talk about Jennifer. So I want to get right into the meat and the sauce because you know she is the queen of queens. Everybody Everybody with me on that so far? Yeah, that works. Okay. So I wrote down some key things that I want you to really understand about recruiting more than anything else. And it taps into two words that I've been talking about consistently, and that is value and experience. So when you create enough value, then people start to come to you. What you want to do is create a reverse engineered door. I call it a reverse engineered door. What that means is that you go hard in the paint for about 60 days. And then, I mean, literally, if you really went hard in the paint, the problem with giving the information is most people don't follow the instructions. But if you go hard in the paint for about 60 days, then you'll have people come looking for you for the next 6 months. The challenge with that is that most people are not within my 4 C's, as you guys know: coachability, commitment, consistency, and communication. The one that's most important in this is the consistency. Everything comes down to what you do consistently. So you have to be able to have a measuring stick of what you can do consistently over a period of time of 60 days. Is that making sense? You guys with me on that so far? Right? Because what some people do is they go all out and they do a launch and they get everybody on their call, and then they go dead in the water. They're following up, and they got 2 or 3 people, or they may have 10 people. They may have, like I did, 15 people get started in their business, and then they're working with their team and they stop doing phase 1. They stop actually, planting seeds. They stop going out there and recruiting. And recruiting is just a word that you need to have in your head, not something that you share with the average person, because it can be intimidating for a person that might be looking at the industry for the first time. But we all recruit. So you got to look at it. Colleges recruit, the Army recruits, Marines recruit. Every company is recruiting the best and top prospects to be able to work in their company. So the person who becomes a master at being able to recruit is going to be the one who is going to actually have the tightest, most powerful team. So you got to, there's no way of getting around it. If you have a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, you recruit. Bottom line, one way or another, so you might as well get great at it. And there's ways of tricking yourself into being able to tap into becoming great at recruiting, because recruiting should not look like recruiting. I'm going to say that again. Recruiting should not look like recruiting. So when you're talking about value and experience, in that, I tell people, I don't ask people. When there's a call like there was last night, or if there's a call today, or when I'm on the court, when I did my launch a couple of days ago, I didn't call people and say, "Oh, are you available at about 5 o'clock? Oh, are you free?" I'm like, "No, I need you on this call at 6 o'clock. I'm telling you, I need you for 20 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes, because people are going to ask you, how long is the call? I'm going to say, well, the first 20 to 30 minutes, you're doing me a huge favor. But if you choose to stay on after that, you're doing yourself the biggest favor. All I need you to do is stay on for 20 minutes. I could care less if you get off after that. You've done your duty. You did me the biggest favor. You've honored our friendship. You've honored our relationship. You've honored our family tie, our blood tie, by getting on for 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes for me. After that, I could care. If you decide to get off, then it's not for you and it doesn't resonate with you. But I need you to just clear space. I need you to be in a quiet place for 20 to 30 minutes. Is our relationship worth that? Can you do that for me? Did that make sense? So you guys follow me on that so far? So I'm telling a person, I need you at 6. And guess what happened? I had, in every case scenario, I don't think I had one person tell me no. I had people tell me, I have to be at Steven's, one of my best friends. I have to be at Steven's football game at 7 o'clock. We will not be on the call, but if you record it, I promise you, and you send it tonight, I will look at it. Now, that's an awesome alternative when people give you their word. There's like, as soon as we get home, I promise you, we're going to look at it. Does that make sense? So you guys with me on that so far? So in that, you're able to have, when you tell and you get the response, you're going to have a 90% better accountability of who's actually getting on your call versus who might get on your call. Because when you tell them, guess what? The world mirrors what you do. They're going to tell you back, I'll be on, or I won't be on. You're still going to get a few liars in between there, here and there. Some are going to tell you I'm getting on and they aren't going to get on. But for the most part, they're going to tell you, I'm going to get on, or I can't get on. I got something to do. I'm doing this. When is I got the only response I got for the people who can get on is, when is the next one? I still want to hear about it, or can you send me a recording? That is the only response I got from all the people that I actually proposed this opportunity to. And that was just this past Thursday. So I'm creating value of our relationship. I'm leveraging our relationship. I'm leaning into what their needs are. So that's the first thing, is I'm creating value for them in our relationship. That's the first thing that you're looking for when you're actually getting people to be able to, now this is going somewhere, so stick with me. Jen, you want to jump in, or you want me to just continue and then you jump and you good?
No, you keep going.
Okay. So the second thing is, it has to be an experience. You have to create an experience in the conversation, meaning you have to have an impactful conversation. You need to find the alpha in you and be aggressive with what you're sharing. You also have to be cognizant of your time. 1 minute on 100 people versus 100 minutes on one. You're a farmer. That's just a metaphor. Yep. So I want you guys to get that. Now, let's go back to the beginning of that. And I said that you have to be consistent. 60 days, reverse engineered door will give you 6 months of them coming back to look at you. So you got to figure out your measuring stick of what you can do every single day for 60 days.
Yeah.
You can't go out and call 30 people, 40 people, 50 people, and then die off and not call anybody else for the next 2-3 weeks. It will not work. Your job is to be especially in our business, because they're either going to be a consumer, meaning a customer, or they're going to be an employer, a boss in your business. So you're constant. I mean, that's what makes our business so phenomenal. Your store should always be open to be able to share the opportunity. And the way our opportunity is structured, we actually market the products before we market the opportunity of compensation, because the products actually sell themselves. And we want everyone to be a product. Write this down. We want people to be a product of the product. Now, why is that important? Based on the fact that in that you have to equip yourself and truly become knowledgeable of, like, a lot of people are like, well, I'm learning the business, I'm learning the products. Actually, it's not that difficult. All you have to do is learn 3 or 4, write this down. You only need to know 3 or 4 products really, really good.
Yep.
You don't need to know all 27 products. You need to know 3 to 4 really good. And how do I do that? Well, how do I talk about that? How do I learn about that? Well, you guys already know that, but that's not how you learn about the products. You learn about the symptoms, the problems, the ailing of people, what is hurting people, and then you figure out the products that are the best ones to apply to that. This is going somewhere. Because in recruiting, I believe in mastering a conversation over a presentation.
Yes.
The mastery of a conversation, as Jennifer has talked about this all day long, as I look at this right here. So when you look at this, I'm not going to play anything. I just want you guys to see my screen. Well, how do I talk about that? But you have Dr. Axe here. So hopefully you guys can see my screen in 2 seconds. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Yes, we can.
7 foods for healing a leaky gut. Right here. Killing your gut in 30 days. Everything about what happens in your gut. Killing the autoimmune system. When you can talk about things that are ailing people, that are natural to people. If I go over here and I go to the next one right here, the 8 benefits of taking collagen. He's not in our company. You can go and you can actually make yourself sound intelligent by becoming a student of your own business. You can sit up here and just listen to the 8 benefits of taking collagen supplements and get into a conversation of, we have the best collagen in the world. We have GLP. Let me tell you about our collagen and why it is the #1 product in the world, the #1 collagen in the world. Now, let me tell you what collagen will actually help you with. And let me tell you the benefits of taking our collagen. You don't have to sit up there and learn about collagen and learn about the product, or obesity, or lymphoma or psoriasis or any type of eczema. You don't have to, you can plug this into YouTube. This is your walking university. Is anybody getting that? Are y'all following me on that so far? Become a master of this conversation by just studying 2 or 3, 4 different elements of a person, and you're off to the races. Number one, I call it the alpha approach. The alpha approach is very direct, tell versus ask. The second approach is known as peak and pass. Now, this approach to me is for only 2 people. A person who has not built confidence within themselves, or a person that is like hella busy. Like a person is already like, you know, we have several people in our organization. They run Fortune 500 companies. They run, you know, their own mom and pop store. I have a friend getting in who owns 7-Elevens. People that are really busy, you want to be able to share with them how they can do this on the fly, how they can fit this into the cracks of their life. That's where the peak and pass comes. So the peak and pass is only for the 2 people, the one person who doesn't have any time, the second person who doesn't have any confidence. And you can do that all day long by mastering the art of a peak, P-I-Q-U-E. I'm going straight up and I'm saying, look, Stephen, I mean, you work all the time. Let me ask you a question. If you could replace your income and work half the hours, would it interest you? Hell yeah. Are you guys with me on that so far? You're looking for a hell yeah answer. Look, if I could show you how to be able to pay off, I know that you're putting your kids through school right now. I'm their uncle. If I could show you how to pay for their education before they get out of elementary school, because I have a program that's specifically for single moms. I have a program that is specifically for parents that want to build their college fund before they get out of elementary school. I have a program that is specifically for kids that have never had a chance at life. I got an opportunity specifically for people that whatever cause you live and die by. I have an opportunity and I'm creating a program for that. Do you want to know about it? My job is to be more interested in what they're interested in, not what I'm interested in, not selling them my byproduct, what I'm high on, but aligning myself and my conversation with what they are already into. So now I'm going to pique their interest and say, look, you know what? I know you like shopping. I mean, oh my God, it's like, if you can go shopping all the time, all over the world, and get those fabrics from France, get them from Italy. For people that are into, you know, designer clothes and wear, I got a program where they fund this. I'm going to align my conversation and pique their interest with whatever it is that they do. You know, people that want to act, you know, people that want to model, you know, people that want to dance, you know, people that want to play sports, you know, people that want to be able to just, you know, create their own schedule, work from home, you know, people that want to be a stay-at-home mom. You have, and you already know with the people that you know your warm market. Now, I'm going to tell you, I actually have it at the bottom, and I don't even have a number to it. Your warm market is a warm up. Your warm market is a warm up. Yes, we're going to tell you to make a list, but you will not make any money until you get outside of that list. And there's only 2 ways you get outside of that list. Number one, you master and get your confidence down and master the art of a conversation wherever you go, being at Walmart like Jen was, or being at Starbucks like I would be, or being wherever I am. I actually start conversations and convert. I was talking to a security guard just yesterday, and he was like, what do you do exactly? I said, funny, you should ask that. I said, you know what? I need to premise this and give you the disclaimer. If it looks like work, I don't do it. He said, what do you mean? I said, if it doesn't look like work, I'll work everybody. And because of what has happened with people in my life and people that have passed and my mom in dementia, health is just part of my conversation. He said, wow. He said, I never thought about being involved with something like that. I think I have some friends and some things like that. But, you know, I'm about guns because, you know, he's going into he's actually applying for the Secret Service, actually, or the FBI or something like that. And I said, but let me ask you a question. How many people do you know are overweight? How many people do you know are having problems with their own health? And by asking those two questions, I left it there. I didn't keep probing. He went into his own health conversation and where he wanted, he's like, I'm not way overweight, but I'd like to lose weight and get more. I was like, amazing. Let me tell you about this enzyme. Let me tell you about exactly where you can eat whatever you want to eat, but at the same time, while you're conscious of what you're eating, we will accelerate where you want to get as far. And he was just, so he's waiting for a text message as I'm talking to you right now. I want people coming reverse engineering. I want people coming looking for me. I don't want to have to go and sell them, pique their interest, and then I'm chasing them. I want to know after I have a conversation, they want a presentation. Not after I have a conversation, I got to go chase them. So when I'm sharing with you here in understanding the peak and pass, now, if you're going to do the peak and pass, which is an amazing way, I say these even a third category, a person who is truly going to take ownership. Jim was talking about independent versus dependent. So if you want to transfer from dependent to independent, then you need to give yourself a window of time and you need to say, I am the leader that people want to follow. You need to identify yourself to Jennifer Dowd, to a Byron Nelson, to an Erica Yancey, to whoever you're going to identify yourself to, and say, I'm going to take over this business in 30 days. I need permission from you that I'm going to work you like a dish rag for the next 30 days. You have to put a window on it. Because if you don't listen to what I'm saying, if you do not identify yourself as the leader that's going to own the business, a leader like myself, and I will speak for Jen and Erica and every other leader that I've worked with, a leader like us will use you until you turn us on to somebody that we can drive through and leave you in the dust because you never identified yourself as a leader. You never identified that you're going to take over the opportunity. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to be blessed with sitting on top of a huge organization, but not learning or knowing how to capitalize on it because you never identified that you're going to take the ownership. So we aren't looking for you if you aren't looking for us. And we aren't going to try and make you into something that you do not want to be. So a leader in an organization, me being Papa Bear, I'm going to be like, okay, Trini, she never said that she's going to be the leader. She just keeps putting me on the phone with people. Now I'm talking to Tracy. Now I'm talking to Lance. Now I'm talking to Catherine. Now I'm talking to Megan. Megan's like, I'm ready to blow up. Boom. I'm now working with Megan. Now all of a sudden, Trini is like, I got some more people. I'm like, okay, I hope good luck with that. And you know what? There is a 10-minute video that Jen did. You know what? There's a presentation on Wednesday. You know what? There's a presentation on Monday at 7 a.m. You know what? I'm going to be deferring you like you've never seen me before because Megan is now consuming all my time and you never identified yourself as the person who said, I want you to grow me into a leader so you never have to worry about my organization. Until you identify and have recruited yourself, you can't recruit anybody else, and we will find the ones to recruit that say, I'm a leader. We aren't going to hurt you. We aren't even denying you. You aren't even being, that's on you because you never claimed your birthright. Anybody understand what I just said? It's a very powerful conversation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I hope I have your ear. That's my system, by the way. It's called, Do I Have Your Ear? Do you have my ear? Can you listen? Are you listening? I'm going to hold you like a child holding an ear, Stephen. You feel me on that? Here's the ear. Hope y'all writing it down. It's called ear. It's the system that I live and die by. Write down ear, E-A-R. Enrollment registration, it's literally enrollment activation registration. 80% of the conversation, I'm enrolling a person. I'm trying to get with the woman. I want to date a woman. I'm going to enroll her. I want my child to do his and clean his room. I'm going to enroll him with what's on the other side of him cleaning his room with the prize. Everything is about an enrollment conversation. The person that masters the enrollment conversation will then see their person after 80% of you mastering that. They'll take that 15% and they'll start activating. When's the next call? When can I get some more information? Can you send? You will know if you're effective with your conversation as an enrollment conversation because they're now looking for you for information to activate. They're activated. If you do that, you got to understand we don't close people. People must close themselves.
Amen. Amen. Say it
We do not close people. They must close themselves. And they're only going to close themselves. There's only two types of presentations, effective and ineffective. There's only two types of conversations, effective and ineffective. You don't have to worry about if it's good or not. They're going to, it's all the results are going to be on, if you fall in love with the skill, you'll never have to worry about the results.
again.
If you fall in love with the skill, don't worry about how many people got in this week, how many people didn't get on the call this week, how many people got into your business this week, how many hours are you investing in your skill set, listening to Dr. Axe, looking at different videos of understanding these different elements we're talking about, where you can actually talk about migraines, talk about being able to take that weight off of you, talk about being able to actually get rid of the pain and that as Tiffany talks about as far as the shoulder, the ice shoulder that's frozen. How much of this how much are you pouring into your craft? That's where the recruitment is. People are going to be drawn to the power of your conversation because they know you know what you're talking about. And they're going to actually resonate with that. They're going to actually be drawn to that. So hopefully you got the alpha approach, which is direct. You got that as far as tell versus ask. Hopefully you got the value and experience in that. Hopefully you have number 2, peak and pass, where you're going to literally, if you do that and you really wanted to learn the business, and if actually, see, here's the challenge. You have 2 people. One person, they don't do anything. What do I mean that they don't do anything? That means that they show up on the calls, they talk to a few people, they don't have the confidence, and that's okay. But I'm telling you how to win without having confidence. You have to identify yourself. So if you don't have the confidence, I have no problem if I have someone who identifies himself. Then you have to write this down, store hours. What does that mean? That means that Brian is actually going to call me and say, yo, B, I have a crazy schedule. I work late at night, in the mornings, this, that, and the other. But I need 30 minutes a day from you, and I'm only going to need it for a month. So all day around everything he's doing, he's peaking people, and he's edifying me. He's edifying Dr. Yancey. He's edifying Jennifer Dowd. He's edifying whoever he's edifying. And during that 30 minutes, he's like, look, I have one window of time with Byron Nelson between 4 and 4:30 every day. I need to know that you can actually get on a call with. Well, I don't care what day it is. Is it Tuesday, Wednesday? What day works for you? And you're filling that slot. You don't want to have us on call and then you waste our time and then you don't have people for us to talk to and we've cleared our schedule when we're already busy. But that's how you do your one-on-ones, is that you pick a slot of time and you pick a window of time. For the next 30 days, I'm going to burn you out. And then there's going to be times in which they can't make 2:30 or 3:30. Then you just make a special request. Hey, Jen, you know what? They can never get on at 2:30, but they're available and get off of work at 6 o'clock. Because we know that you're invested in your own work, we will make concessions and move our schedule around and do it all around the clock for you. But until you show us that you're committed to your own success, we aren't sitting up here just waiting for these 3-way calls and these like, oh, okay, well, and you're just picking up the phone. Do you understand how irritated I am when people just pick up the phone and call me? Dr. Yancey will tell you she's gotten bitten many a time. And she has more right than anybody else on the planet. Why? Because I'm working nonstop right now, around the clock. If I'm not working, I'm taking a nap. Or I'm looking for my own peace and my own solace. And I only want to talk to somebody who's as committed as I am to winning. I don't have, let me tell you something. Please write this down. Make money or make emotions. Choose powerfully. Make money or make emotions. Choose powerfully. If you are working, you do not have time to be emotional. If you're emotional, I promise you, you aren't working. You have to find your peace in the midst of a storm for a period of time to complete a task so you can show up on the other side of whatever made you emotional in the first place. If that makes sense, is everybody understanding what I just said? Now, don't get it twisted. If you need an ear, if you need a shoulder, we are more empathetic and more sympathetic and more human than anybody else on the planet. We will lend an ear, an arm, a hug, and support. But we're going to lend a solution first, then an ear, and you only get that once a month. Don't use that ticket more than once a month because now you become a liability. Because we will come up with solutions for whatever you're emotional about. I'm losing my house. My child can't get to college. Whatever it is, I can't pay my car note. Trust me, I am the epitome of all of these things happening. And once I shake off and dust myself off, then I go to work and it's like, okay, well, the only solution is for me to make money so I don't have to ask for no money. So let's go to work. Go to work for start off almost like developing a muscle. A week, commit to a week, then extend it. At the end of that week, look back and look at your results. Say, now we're going to go hard in the paint for 2 more weeks. Look back at the results and say, what can I tweak? Now we're going in hard in the paint for the next 3 weeks. Don't say, I'm telling you, if you set yourself up and you haven't done this, and you say, I'm going to do this for the next 30 days, you set yourself up for failure because you've never done it past 2 days in the first place. You have never peaked 10 people every day for not even 5 days. You only did it for your launch. Now you're talking to 2 and 3 people here. I found one more person. I found one more person. Now you're inconsistent and the universe does not, it doesn't answer the inconsistency. That's why I said, find your measuring stick. Are you going to pick 5 people a day? That's fine. Nobody's making you wrong for doing 5 now. Less than 5, you aren't serious. You're BSing. You're full of crap. Don't even talk to me. But you're going to actually look for 5 people a day, minimum. If you're aggressive, 10 people a day. Listen to what I'm saying here. I'm going to slow down for a second. You're going to identify the contact sport, how many contacts you're going to make on a daily basis. So what am I saying? I'm telling you what to do. Then I'm going to tell you how to do it. I haven't gotten into the how to. You don't have to know the how to. You just have to establish what you're going to do and what you're committed to doing first. Did that make sense? Are you guys following me on that? And you have to do it for a 60-day period of time. But if you've never done it past 3 days, then let's start with the next 7 days. Anybody can see 7 days out. And there are no excuses. The convention next weekend is no excuse. I'm going to figure out if I'm on a diet, just because I went to a convention does not give me an excuse to go and eat a whole bunch of fried chicken and a whole bunch of fatty foods. And I was doing really good for the last 3 days up until I actually had to travel to Vegas. Do you see how stupid that sounds? So then I went and got some pork stuff and got some potato chips. And I just ice cream. I ate everything wrong while I was at the convention. Then you weren't serious about taking care of your health. That had nothing to do with it. It doesn't matter where you are. That's called, write this word down, discipline. So whatever you are going to actually do, 5 a day, 10 a day, no matter what happens over the next 7 days, and then the next 14 days, and then the next 21 days, that's how you get a muscle. It's repetition. It's like doing curls. It's like doing, pull-ups. So now I'm looking at it. I'm saying, okay, I'm back to ear, enrollment, activation, registration. Okay. Then I'm looking at the FCI, which is find, connect, introduce. So this is what Jen is going to tell you about in just a few minutes when I wrap up. What is that? Remember I said that your best market is going to be your cold market. I didn't finish that conversation. I didn't say don't go after your warm market. Make a list of all your warm market. But how do you get to your cold market? I said there's only 2 ways you get to your cold market. I'm going to call my sister Brenda, who's going to call her brother TJ, who's going to call his cousin Trini. Trini is cold market to me. So either you master the art of taprooting, which is a whole different training. That's how you get to your cold market. Get away from the person you're introducing that you know as fast as you can. Did anybody understand what I just said? So as how Brenda's my sister. She's ready to go. She's getting in the business. How quickly can you get to someone that she knows that they know? See, here's where 90% of people fail within this industry. You sponsor Brenda, and now you think Brenda's going to be your superstar because of her history, because of her past, because what she did, and that's her team. She don't have no team. I don't care if she brought in 10 people. It's my team until she takes it away from me. You don't have a team until you take it away from me, until you're doing your own calls on Zoom, until you're doing your own trainings, until you actually can make a phone call and 10 people show up on this call. Do you have 10 people on this call? Do you have 10 people going to Vegas? Do you have 10 people? It's how does the person take it away? The only way to do it is you have, write this down, double digits at whatever you do. Double digits is the barometer to know if you actually, 10 people follow me no matter where I go. No matter what I do, 10 people are going to follow me. I can literally get off this call right now, push a button and say, I'm having an impromptu call. And a minimum of 10, 20, 30 people are going to get on. They're okay, I'm sorry, what's going on? I was at work, but what's going on? That's when you have ownership of your business. Not until you have double digits following you somewhere. That's when you have master recruiting. Find, connect, introduce. She's going to teach you how to find people through the internet, through branding, through online. You don't know these people. That's where the real money lives, is in the cold market. Because if you open up a restaurant and you're counting on your family and friends to support you at your restaurant, they're going to come in, they're all going to eat, and they're going to leave all the dishes, and they're going to ask if they can have the plate for free. Your warm market is going to eat you out of house and home. You're sitting up there trying to figure, some of y'all are, it's amazing. I have people that come to me all the time and say, I don't have any warm market. You know what my response is? Great. You should be excited as hell about not having no warm market. That's your own devils in your head. That's the best. I wish I had no warm market. My warm market keeps me broke. Me and Lance had this conversation. My family knows this. The people that are closest to me are going to keep me broke because they like it and I have to accept it because I'm close to them. The people I don't know, they come in with just a bull in a China store. They're just running. I just need to understand how to do this. I need to know how to run this. I just got to get this. And you can set boundaries and parameters, and they will work within your rules and your regulations because they want to win. They won't give you excuses because they don't know you to give excuses. Your warm market knows you to give excuses. Your warm market will keep you broke. So the only two ways you're going to get outside of your warm market is you master the art of a conversation that turns into a presentation within the conversation. Wherever you go, being able to peak 5, 10, 20 people a day. I can go on right now and go right here. I'm going to show you. Open it up. We'll go here. Watch this. We'll go here. I got a problem. And I haven't even done social media in, God, I haven't done social media in, I can't even tell you, probably before my girl died. I mean, like, been on Facebook, people are sending me stuff. I'm not even on there. So here, I'm gonna show you this real quick. Let me know when you guys can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yes, we can.
All right, now I'm gonna go to friends. So you guys are all concerned with the people you know. I'm concerned with all the people I don't know. I like going in here. I'm going to find somebody, Danielle. I'm going to find somebody. I'm going to find me and Anisha. I'm going to find me Pamela Ann. I'm going to find me a person that I don't know. I'm going to go back and find me Tiffany Payton. I'm going to find me all these people. They're trying to get into my warm market. They are asking me to be a friend. Every one of you has this in place. Every one of you has this in place. And you got people that are asking to be your friend. I don't know these people. I don't know him. He looks familiar. I can go in and see, okay, she may know 5 people I know. Yep, 5 people that I know. They have never been in network marketing. And she's asking to be my friend. I can actually go in here and actually put down, pull her up. I can go in here and put message. You still have not responded to my friend request. I don't even know who you are. And go in here and say, and that was in 2010, that was in 23. That she was asking to be a friend. And I'm gonna sit up here and I would actually go in here and I'd leave a voice print. And it's recording Lucy. This is Byron Nelson. I've been through a whole lot in the last 3 years. Lost my fiance, lost my best friend, went underground, been under construction, and I need to apologize for not reconnecting with you and deleting people. I've switched Facebook pages and I'm not on social media, but I am up to some extraordinary things within our community and in life. As business is concerned, that's off the chain as well. And I want to reconnect with you, even though we've never talked personally. I have this whole mantra that anybody that's going to be on my page, I want to know what they're up to in life and that I can support them and that they will support me and we can share our dreams together. Outside of that, I'm not looking for just fake friends on Facebook that I don't know. So I hope this resonates with you. If this conversation aligns with you, please get back with me as soon as possible and let's have a conversation because I'm just now bringing myself back to life. Bam. And I'm going to send a message. Don't tell me you can't find 10 people to connect with every single day. I can go through this. I can do, that took me what? 58 seconds. That means I can actually reach 10 people a day in less than 10 minutes a day. What would happen if you actually worked for an hour in your business? Effectively. And you actually look, because it's a contact sport. I can get white, I can get black, I can get green, I can get Asian, I can target markets, I can target demographics, I can target countries, I can, all the places that I want to travel. I can say, hey, you know what? I'm coming to Croatia. You know what? I just met you and I'm excited about coming to Croatia. And I'm also coming for some amazing reasons. And I went, hey, I'm coming to Mexico and this is what's going on. Hey, you know what? I've always wanted to be able to do some things in Italy and I need to talk to you about it because I run a global business. My conversation when I'm talking to people, I'm telling them up front. And guess what? It's your conversation. Check this out. I literally do this with every prospect that I'm calling. By the way, you know, it's Jeff, what's going on, man? I just contracted with a company that they made me the ambassador and the lead on the expansion globally because we're in many countries. And I'm responsible for taking it from 200 million to $1 billion over the next 2 years. And I'm so excited about it. I never even thought I would get this position. But you know, it's in the health industry because I needed something that aligned with my spirit. And I don't know if health and or wealth resonate with you, but you've been my boy for so long. I just want to know, would you be open to listening to something for me for about 15 to 20 minutes? That's a conversation. I have postured myself that I override, I run, I am the president, I'm the CEO, I'm the boss, I'm the owner of Trinot. I never said Trinot. I never said I was the CEO. I never said I was the boss. I never said I said I am the ambassador that has been identified. Who identified you? I identified me that came through the park. I hired me. I employed me. I am so excited that I was qualified enough to hire myself to be the boss and the person that's going to actually take this company to the next level. I am so excited that people found me so exciting and so enthusiastic and with the best attitude and with the business savvy to take a company to the next level. And who was it that identified you by? When did you get hired? I closed myself out about 3 months ago. I wrote myself a contract about 3 months ago. Is anybody getting this conversation? You don't have to wait. I'm going to change. This is diamond. This is the SVP. This is the triple diamond. This is the black. People don't know what no diamond, no opal, no sapphire is out of this company. You are the executioner of your own business. You are the top executive that has been hired and employed. Who hired you, Byron? I did. And I'm so excited about this new position I just took on. You should put that on your page. Just took on new position. Executive officer for international expansion for this company in 20 countries, in 10 countries, in 3 countries. Pick your favorite 10 countries and start targeting those people. I need, you know what? Bottom line is, Illionette, I'm actually opening up a company. I've been identified to take this company. The reason why I chose to have this conversation with you is not only do I think that you would benefit from this company and you love everything in it, but I need somebody who is bilingual that understands Spanish. And I think if you see what's involved in this and the prosperity, how many of you guys have used that as a peak to get in touch with people? Hey, you know what? I need somebody who speaks Mandarin because we're about to go into China. I need somebody who speaks, Yiddish because we're about to go into Israel. I need somebody who speaks French because we're opening up in France and Canada. It's the most amazing peak to be able to lean into their skill set and grow your business internationally into markets you could never reach. It's amazing. Totally amazing. Almost there.
Hold on. Rocio, are you hearing this? Because I can hear you saying all this, girl. Okay, continue.
Last 3 things here I want you to have. I call everybody my fam, short for family, but what it really means is fam, F-A-M, find, add, and message. That's what I just showed you with the technique I did on Facebook. I find people, I add new people, and I message them. But I don't add them until I message them and we have connected and had a conversation and they're pre-qualified before I let them into my world. I'm not just adding people to be adding people. I need to know that you're aligned and we can have I'm going to make myself more interested. I'm going to make myself interesting to them that they want to be interested in me to have a conversation. And you can make that even more compelling by just looking at their page and seeing what they're into. Find the people that are aligned with your interests, and then you have something in common to talk about. It's a real easy thing to do. Does that make sense? Are y'all with me? Yes or yes? We make up in numbers what we lack in skill. Big Daddy taught me that, Jim Rohn. We make up in numbers what we lack in skill. And the last piece of this, if you really want to be able to do this, this is not part of the training. You're going to need to launch your business. You're going to need to launch your business. I literally am not getting on any calls. I had this conversation with Miss Yancey. I was like, look, don't go after we finish doing what we have to do. We will not talk to anybody that does not have a launch and has created a weekly store for themselves. What do I mean by that? So I'm going to take on Gustavo. He's going to get started today. He's going to launch his business. What day can he launch his business? Any day he wants to launch it. He can launch it whenever he wants. I'm going to coach him on how to be able to have a minimum of 10 people on that call with 20 confirmations. And at the same breath that I'm teaching Gustavo to have this launch, I'm going to have him pick a day that's going to be his follow-up launch. Because there's going to be a lot of people that Gustavo invites that can't get on the call on Sunday. So I want to be able to say, oh, well, you can't make it on Sunday. It's funny you should say that because I'm doing something on Tuesday. Whatever the second date is, it should be your weekly meeting from that day forward. And those are the only people I'm working with moving past October. So if in turn, Brian actually does a launch, then he has his weekly meeting that's all his and his organization only. If people are after October, because once I'm in 90 days, I've given everybody access to take advantage of it. So either they did or they didn't. That's not me. It's not a fear of loss. I have enough people to work with. And I'm doing my own phase one and my own weekly meeting and my own new people. Is that making sense? Are you guys following me on that so far? So I'm going to teach him how to be able to launch his business. And then he needs to have his own weekly meeting to plug them into the system. Now I'm working with Gustavo. I'm working with Brenda. I'm working with Stephanie. I'm working with Steven. I got now that call that's going on, and Brenda's call is every Tuesday. She should be promoting in phase one every Tuesday for her own call. And we already know less than 5% are going to do this. That's why it's easy to eliminate the other 95% and just plug them in. So when's the next call? Matter of fact, it's going to be on Monday at 7 a.m. When's the next call? Matter of fact, Mindy is going to have one on Tuesday. When's the next call? Matter of fact, it's actually going to be on Wednesday. Until you do your own call, I don't need to mess with you. We don't have anything else to talk about. You are not going to pimp me and bring me down to your level of being able to work and be mediocre. I mean, you are not going to bring me into being broke. I am not taking on your broke habits because you didn't take ownership and own your business. I am not going to do it. If I work my business the way you work your business, I'm going to be broke. Not going to do it. Not going to happen. Yeah. No. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Because what you're saying is, well, I'm going to do this my way and I'm going to go a little slow and I need you to come along with me and be broke with me. Nope. Nope. You got your first 30 days to be able to mess up until you get a can of act right or just move out the way, quit or plug into the system that's already existing. You don't need me. Did that make sense, everybody? What you need to do, Doug, hold on one second, baby. Doug, hold on one second. What you need to do is really, and me and Jen are doing videos and compilations and small training templates next weekend in Vegas. Next weekend in Vegas. Yep. But you really need to know how to do a launch. And I don't want to talk anymore because this is longer training than we wanted to, but it's so effective. I can't stop. And I my best friend on the phone and I got to talk to him. But I want you guys to get this. We have 3 days in this month.
Yep.
Forgive me for cursing. I don't normally curse, but this is a training. This is not prospect. Get a can of act right. Take the crap, put a foot in your ass. Let's go. 3 days. 3 days. 3 days. Test yourself for 3 freaking days. Go all out for 3 days. Test yourself. I'm not saying the next month. I'm not saying the next week. I'm saying for 3 days. Why don't you challenge yourself and say, I'm going to go Jade all over again in 3 days. I'm going Jade in 3 days. Do it for yourself. Prove something to yourself. Challenge yourself. And challenge anybody else that calls you. If there's some people in alignment to be able to help you get to it, then help them. If you got 2 people on fire, get in there behind. Remember, they don't own that organization or business. That's yours until they take it from you. Take that business to Jade. If you got 3 people or 4 people already, you'll find me to be. I want somebody to find me in Vegas and say, I heard you, Byron. I heard you. And this is what I did in 3 days. I want somebody to take me up. I don't care if it's 2 people. You and I, if anybody takes me up on this and does this, I'm taking you out to dinner and we're having a 2-hour dinner and it's all on me and you can eat whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. And I will mess you up mentally and emotionally for the rest of your life. You will never be the same. I promise you. Jen, the floor is yours. I'm going to take this call real quick. It's my boy.
Oh my gosh, don't go away. Real quick. Do you think we should even do any more or should we just unleash them to go?
Unleash them.
Let's just let them go. Like on this note, but aren't you guys ready to just go? Yeah, let's just get the heck off of here and start working.
We'll do digital marketing after.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do all that later. Let's go. Let's get her done. Byron, are we presenting together tomorrow night?
We are.
Are we giving them an opportunity tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we are. When are we doing it?
Whatever time you want. You want to do 5 o'clock?
Yep, 5 Pacific Standard Time. We're on. Everybody got it?
5 o'clock on this link, you guys. How many can you get on this call at 5 tomorrow night? That's the question.
And the only thing we're doing is apping people up.
That's it.
That's it.
It'll be done in
That's
30,
it.
and we give you, between me and Jim, we give you our word. It won't be longer than 40 minutes tops.
Tops.
All right, I'm out. Love you
Okay.
guys.
Love you guys. Love you
Love
guys.
you. Thank
Have
you.
the best
Thank you.
day
Thank
ever.
you.
Bye, you guys.